In the Southeast Asian region, Malaysia is one of the countries with a diversified society. It is a developing country with a population of 32.7 million people in 2021, who come from many ethnic and religious origins. Malaysian society is multiracial, multi-religious, multicultural, and multilingual in nature. Malaysia is now a peaceful and stable country despite foreign attempts to inflame racial and religious extremism, disrupt the economy, and re-establish economic inequities between races. According to Malaysian census done in 2021, the Malays in Malaysia were 69.7% of the population, the Chinese 22.5%, the Indians 6.8%, and the other ethnic groups 1.0%. The Malays and the indigenous in the Malaysian Peninsula as well as in Sabah and Sarawak are termed as the Bumi Putra. The term literally means the sons of the land or soil. Religiously, Malaysia has been populated mainly by Muslim, Buddhist, Christian and Hindus and other religious adherents. Malaysia Department of Statistics reports that there were 61.3% Muslim in Malaysia, 19.8% Buddhist, 9.2% Christian, 6.3% Hindus, and other religion 3.4%. Religious harmony is essential for multi-religious followers to maintain unity and solidarity. Malaysia is ranked as the world's 29th most peaceful country and the 5th most peaceful country in the Asia-Pacific area in 2017. Strengthening multi-religious followers, togetherness and solidarity is seen as a key tool for ensuring social harmony and peaceful coexistence in society. Under British administration, Malaya, as she was previously known, was racially divided both physically and by profession. The division was accentuated by religious diversity, with the Malays being completely Muslim, the Chinese Buddhist Orthodox, and the Indians Hindus. The government plays a vital role in ensuring inter-religious harmony by implementing various measures and policies.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Mukhlis bin Mazhar Kamal. My metric number is 1191838. Background of multi-religious society in Malaysia. When the Chinese and the Indian residents were granted full citizenship, Malaysia began to develop as a multiracial and multi-religious country. There are three main ethnic groupings in this group: Malay, Chinese and Indian, followed by other ethnic groups because Malaysia's population is made up of people of various religions and races. Religious diversity is a prominent feature of the country. Malaysia is a multicultural and multi-confessional country whose official religion is Islam. As the 2010 population and housing census 61.3% of the population practices Islam, 19.8% Buddhism, 9.2% Christianity, 6.3% Hinduism, and 3.4% traditional Chinese religions. The remainder is accounted for the other faith, including animism, folk religion, Sikhism, Baha'i faith, and other belief systems. Numbers of self-described atheists in Malaysia are few. The state has come under criticism from human rights organizations for the government's discrimination against atheists, with some cabinet members saying that the freedom of religion is not the freedom from religion. Islam in Malaysia is represented by the Shafi'i version of Sunni theology and the practice of any other form of the religion, such as Shia Islam. Shia Islam is heavily restricted by the government. The constitution makes Malaysia a secular country and guarantees freedom of religion, while establishing Islam as the religion of federation, to symbolize its importance to Malaysian society. Relations between different religious groups are generally quite tolerant, even though members of the different ethnic groups do tend to have more homogeneous personal relations based on ethnicity and religion. Eids, Wesak, Christmas, Lunar New Year, and Deepavali have been declared national holidays. Various groups have been set up to try to promote religious understanding among the different groups, with religious harmony seen as a priority by Malaysian politicians. All Malaysian Malays are Muslims according to the law. Most Malaysian Chinese practice Mahayana Buddhism or traditional Chinese religions, including Taoism, Confucianism, ancestor worship, or newer sects. Statistics from the 2010 census show that 83.6% of Malaysian ethnicities identify with Buddhism, with a large number of followers following Taoism 3.4% and Christianity 11.1%. In fact, the percentage of Chinese religious practitioners may be higher, as many practice Buddhism and folk religion. Christianity is the main religion of non-Malay Bumiputra community, which is 46.5%, and the remaining 40.4% are identified as Muslims. Many indigenous tribes in East Malaysia have converted to Christianity, although Christianity has declined slightly to Peninsular Malaysia. Separately, religious communities have generally tolerant relationships. The festival is held for all major religions, joined by people from that religion and others in a Malaysian practice known as open house. Malaysia has a reputation for being a successful multicultural country, with only 2 serious incidents of racial violence in modern history occurring in 1946 and 1969. Other countries have looked to Malaysia as an example for handling Islamic fundamentalism. Thank you. Characteristics of a multi-religious society. Number 1, the Malay society. Each race has its respective religion and belief. As you are aware, Malays practice the Islamic faith. Islam was brought to Malaya in the 14th or 15th century. The Malay Malacca Sultanate was renowned as an imperial center that played an important role in the spread and establishment of Islam in the region. Hence, from year to year, Islam remained the main belief of the Malay community in Malaya. Overall, the teachings of Islam aim to, firstly, produce humans who have the correct concept of belief, that is, belief in the powers of Allah only. Second, produce humans who have an organized and systematic lifestyle in every aspect of their lives. And lastly, produce humans responsible as Allah's Caliph on earth and thus to know who they are and have a direction in life. Number 2, the Chinese society. The Chinese practice Buddhism, Christianity, and more. Among the beliefs practiced by the Chinese is Taoism. Taoism is a system of belief and philosophy. Taoism's influence is vast. This belief enriched Confucianism and helped expand the teachings of Buddha, as well as provide spirit, inspirations, and morals to the Chinese. This belief leans towards a love of nature and peace. Taoism originates from the word Tao, which means the way. Another faith popular among the Chinese is Confucianism. The founder of this teaching was Confucius, who was born in 551 before Christ and passed away at 72 years old. He received his education and once served as a magistrate and a minister. He spent a lot of time looking through old manuscripts and delivering noble teachings about life. He taught a lot of social and moral philosophies as well as guidelines of conduct based on abstract values such as care, love, peace, harmony, humanity, wisdom, courage, and loyalty. Confucius also introduced an important system of morals known as the 5 relationships, which is Wu Lun, which are relationships between first, ruler and people, second, husband and wife, third, father and child, fourth, siblings, and 5, friends. Number 3, the Indian society. Like the Chinese, the Indians also arrived at Malaya with the religions and beliefs practiced in their homeland. The most followed religion is Hinduism. Hinduism is a religion that originated in the Indian subcontinent with its foundations in the Vedic civilization. It has no known founder, being itself a conglomerate of diverse beliefs and traditions. Hinduism provides a vast body of scriptures. The scriptures expound a broad range of theology, philosophy, and mythology, providing spiritual insight and guidance on the practice of Dharma, which is religious living. There are several features in Hinduism, among which are, first, belief in one supreme being. Each Hindu follows different methods of self-realization and worship different aspects of the one supreme God. Although there are many different gods and goddesses, each represents or manifests one supreme being. Second, karma and the concept of reincarnation. The Hindu society believes their birth into a caste is influenced by their conduct in the previous life. This is due to their belief in reincarnation. Therefore, to ensure their reincarnation into a noble case, their behavior during life has to be good and well-mannered. The element that determines which caste they enter after reincarnation is called karma. Hence, the karmic rules have to be followed to ensure happiness, peace, and longevity. Now, third, Vedic scriptures. The Vedic scriptures are guidelines in the Hindu society. The scriptures contain life stories, political practices, cultures, places, attire, drink, and such. The scriptures also contain prediction of the arrival of a prophet. Originally, there were only 3 Vedas: Rig Veda, Samaveda, and Yajur Veda. Later on, Atharva, Brahmanas, Aranyakas, Upanishads, and more were added. Number 4. Number 4, Sarawak society. Overall, the Ibans don't practice a particular religion. They still hold on to their animistic beliefs, and these beliefs have now been influenced by Hindu-Buddha practices. After the arrival of Western forces, Christianity was brought in. The phenomenon led to the spread of Christianity among the large number of Ibans. The Malays in Sarawak practice Islam, which forms the village features like unity, polite mannerism, responsibility towards the welfare of the entire community, and such. In every village, there are mosques that functions as the center for all religious activities besides worship. Religious schools also function as centers for Islamic activities. And lastly, Sabah Society. The Kadazan Dusun Society, the biggest society in Sabah, practice animistic beliefs. A small part of the community has embraced Islam and Christianity. However, in the rural areas, many are still pagans. The Kadazan Dusun believes that existence of heaven and earth. For the pagans, they believe that the spirit of the dead will go to Mount Kinabalu. That's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. My name is Karuk Mairah. I will continue the presentation about the fundamental element of sustaining religious harmony. First, acceptance. A multi-religious society is a group of people who practice different religions, such as Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, and others. From an Islamic perspective, Islam is a religion that accepts the diversity of belief in the world, but rejects the idea that all religions are true. Muslims who understand other religious groups such as Buddhists, Hindus, and Christians can strengthen interreligious relations and cultivate kindness towards them. Number 2. Understanding. Every Malaysian living in a multi-religious society should understand and accept religious diversity. Understanding the faith and teaching of other religious groups may lead to acceptance and respect for the beliefs of other religions. Respecting religious diversity can help to maintain political and national stability. Mutual respect among interreligious followers is also regarded as an essential principle in Malaysia to maintain a harmonious society. Number 3. Cooperation. Multi-religious followers will respect and tolerate other religious believers if this element is present in their lives. Cooperation can be seen in their action, such as respecting the religious celebration, ritual, and belief of other religious adherents in their community. The spirit of Asabiah can motivate people to protect and improve their group or society to build a better nation. Last but not least, about the right and justice. The confusion of civil and Sharia court jurisdiction has worsened religious conversion issues in Malaysia. To maintain a harmonious society, all multi-religious followers should have the right and freedom to practice their religion. However, defining the right of Muslim and non-Muslim in Malaysia remains a challenge. The right to practice one religion is mentioned in the Federal Constitution of Malaysia, which states that Islam is the Federation's religion. However, other religions can be practiced in peace and harmony in any part of the Federation. According to this article, all religious followers can practice their understanding, but they cannot spread their belief to Muslim. Right and freedom should be allowed to maintain a peaceful and harmonious society. In Islam, the term justice can refer to the management of law according to prescribed and accepted principle, conformity to the law, legal validity, or the quality or fact of being just. Justice unites and holds society together, transforming it into one brotherhood. Individual or religious group should be allowed to practice their religion to have justice in harmony. That's all from me.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Izzah binti Muhyiddin. My matric number is 1193029. Okay, the challenges of a multi-religious society. Harmony is an essential aspect of a peaceful life, particularly in modern society. Malaysia's distinctiveness may be found in the harmony of its society, which consists of various religions and races and has existed since independence. When citizens of a multi-religious community are willing to celebrate religious variety well and wisely, it gives rise to total unification and produce a successful and harmonious culture. Nevertheless, the effort to maintain harmony in this multi-religious society is certainly faced with various challenges, so that conflicts and tension can be avoided. Creating understanding in a community with diverse cultural and religion origin is a challenge to establishing a peaceful foundation of relationships. According to a study, those who do not comprehend the culture and religion of other races pose a barrier to unity. People who remain within their own culture and rarely socialize have a limited awareness of other races, cultures, and religions. As a result, in order to develop a community that respects one another, each individual must have a high level of mutual understanding. To realize this ambition, to lay a solid foundation of understanding, all parties must first commit together to getting to know each other and sharing information and knowledge about their own ethnic and religious history. Following that, research shows that a lack of religious tolerance can be a source of conflict among diverse populations. Religious tolerance is the virtue of mutual respect between believers of various religions, as well as attitudes that enable and mutually accept religious variations to be practiced in a diverse society face of discrimination and prejudice. Thus, through fostering interreligious tolerance, conflicts between members of various religions can be lessened. Any believer should avoid any situation involving religious sensitivity. If any sensitive situation occur, they must be dealt with logically and diplomatically. In multi-religious countries such as Malaysia, a positive experience of religious tolerance with adherents of various religions is a crucial component in developing a tolerant community. Moreover, efforts to achieve the aim of creating harmony within a multi-religious society are still too far away if the society faces religious discrimination. Religious discrimination has a negative influence on the people and the country. Discriminations arise from the human proclivity to discriminate against other humans. Discrimination may take various forms and affect anybody regardless of race, ethnicity, of religions, depending on a variety of factors. Religious discrimination against Muslim workers has been reported in Malaysia due to employers' prohibition on wearing headscarf in the workplace. As a result, eliminating discrimination in its various form is an appropriate goal that will considerably help to create a more harmonious and peaceful society free of prejudice.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Sarah Izzati binti Muhammad Rusdi. I will talk about implication of multi-religious society on ethnic relation. As we all know, Malaysia is unique with its population which made up of people from many ethnicities and religions. Multi-religious harmony is essential for political and national stability. When a community is made up of different ethnicities and religion adherents, living in a peaceful and harmonious atmosphere is essential. Minor tensions in society will jeopardize our ethnic relation to some extent. Failure to maintain religious unity can risk to conflicts and disarray. Our country is generally admired by the world community for its harmony. However, as a multi-religious country, our society faces delicate problems that might jeopardize our peace and harmony. One of the problems is conflict within the societies in Malaysia. Conflict occurs when two parties with opposite interests collide. People will constantly fight and strive for power or status in a society. Their attitudes become extreme more than the religious and national law limits, as well as misunderstanding between religions or within the same religion. Religion is a really sensitive issue of Malaysia's life. Religious sensitivities in today's culture are concerning because conflicts or concerns regarding the religion adherence occur as a result of lack of mutual respect. Mutual respect among ethnicities is essential in order to enhance the relation between multi-religious society. Last but not least, a multi-religious society can cause prejudice among religious adherents and affect ethnic relations. Prejudice against religion prevents harmony from forming in our multi-religious community. Prejudice is defined as a negative view of another group. In other words, prejudice also means unnecessary dislike towards a particular race, religion, and so on. Due to prejudice, the situation gets worse because lack of understanding and awareness about each other. As a result, ethnic relation is affected. Prejudice also enables one religious group to look down on other religious group based on inadequate and false perceptions. As a conclusion, no one in this world wants to live in a state of tension, strife, or war. Thus, in order to establish a harmonious society, religious devotees must increase their togetherness and solidarity. Every person living in a multi-religious community should understand and respect religious diversity. By understanding the faith and teachings of various religious society may lead to an individual accepting and respecting the belief of other religions. Ethnic relations peace should be established on trust and mutual respect among members of various religions. Harmony might help to avoid conflicts that may lead to the fragility of interreligious relations and political instability. That's all from me. Thank you.
To conclude, religious diversity is an unavoidable reality that must be acknowledged. Religion comes in many forms, each with its own set of claims that must be evaluated appropriately. A positive attitude will lead to a positive situation. The government and society's principal objective are to create and maintain a peaceful coexistence. To maintain religious unity, the government has launched several initiatives and policies. Since Malaysia's independence in 1957, there has been a rise in religious conflict. Religious tolerance is regarded by almost all world faiths as a virtue that must be practiced by religious people in their daily life. In the Islamic context, for example, the major source, the Quran, has analyzed and explained that religious tolerance is a religious demand. In Malaysia, there are numerous barriers to establishing a peaceful and harmonious multi-religious society. Many difficulties encountered in establishing a peaceful and tolerant multi-religious society in the country. Acceptance, understanding, cooperation, as well as right and justice can all be used to overcome this obstacle. These elements are also vital for strengthening interfaith interactions and fostering peaceful coexistence. In addition, tolerance is culture that founded the coexistent and pluralistic society in Malaysia. The culture of tolerance can only be built if ethnical tolerance and religious tolerance is accepted as a common practice, Muslim and non-Muslim alike.